Hey, it's time for yoga. All right, first things, hoping that the mic is still working today. It looks like it is, at least down with the mic dots. Wait for some people to come in. Today we're doing full body flow, and that is always a really good one. Let me fix this camera too. If you're in, will you let me know if you can hear me? Good morning, Emily. How are you? Can you hear me okay? Yes. Ah, perfect. Yeah, I could use a good stretch too. I am definitely feeling it this morning. I'm excited for a good full body stretch. This is going to be great. I'm thinking about changing it up a little bit. So if you have anything where you're like, this isn't quite working when we do it, let me know. Because I think there's a few things that I was looking at today, this morning, as I was going through it, that I'm like, I think if I change this up a little bit, it might flow a little better. And that's what we want, because we want a good flow. So, how's your day been? Just closing a few things too, so that we run a little bit better. I end up having like 20 windows open for some dumb reason. Because I'm like, I can't close it yet. I probably need it still. Did a little ride, a little workout, a little shopping, a little sewing, a little bit of everything. That's awesome. Those are all good things. So you've already worked out today. You've already been on a bike ride, and you're going to do yoga. Nice. Yep. On my phone, it ends up like that too. My phone isn't as intentional though, because with my phone, sometimes a new window just pops up because like you click a link and then it just brings you up to a new window. So then I look at my phone later and have like 10 windows open, and I'm not even sure why, I have to close them out. But and they're usually pretty random searches too. Let's see what time we have. 7:03. We've got just a couple minutes before we start. As of tomorrow, Scott's got a month and a half left. We're counting down the days. I'm counting down the days. He's not quite there, but I've got it all mapped out. So what are you sewing right now? Yeah, me too. Me too. I hope it goes according to plan as well. Making some face masks for a lady in the ward. She brought fabric, but doesn't have time to make them herself. That's really cool. My mom has been going crazy making face masks. She's made so many. And she's really kind because I'm like, I really need some face masks for when I leave because I've just been using what she has. And she's like, oh, just tell me what fabric you want because she's a huge room full of fabric. She's like, just tell me what you want and I'll make them for you. So she's making a bunch of face masks that both Scott and I can wear. She's awesome that way, I guess. I don't know. She's been down there just she has like a table set up in front of the TV so she can just sit and do her thing and watch a show at the same time. We probably don't have a lot of fabric because you moved clear across the world. It's a little hard to take all that with you. Yep, that makes sense. Okay, it is 7:05. Let's go ahead and get started. For those who may join later, like watch this later, just a quick idea of what we're doing today. We're doing full body flow, which includes a lot of different movements. So usually on Mondays and Fridays, we do a ladder flow where you do so many movements and then you start again and then you add more and then you start again and you add more. But this time we're not doing the ladder, we're just doing a full flow and working on all parts of the body. So to get started, I'm going to go back to my mat. So come to your mat and find a comfortable seated position on your mat. You can cross your legs, you can place one foot in front of the other, whichever is the most comfortable for you. And place your hands on your knees with your palms face up for receiving. Let's actually do grounding today. We don't do a lot of grounding, and I think grounding is really good, especially in the morning. Well, it's good for both at night and morning, but let's do grounding today so that we can feel grounded throughout our day and throughout our practice. So place your hands palms face down, bring your shoulders and your spine up over your hips. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down away from your ears. Tuck your chin slightly, close your eyes, and just bring awareness to your breath without making any changes. Just start to notice how you're breathing. Notice the length of your inhalations and exhalations. Notice how your belly moves up and down, your chest. Bring awareness to that space between your upper lip and your nose, where you might feel the air moving on your skin. Take a deep inhale. Hold it. Sigh it out. Take an inhale. Hold it. Sigh it out. One more time. Inhale. Take another sip of air. Hold it. Sigh it out. Close your mouth. Start to breathe in and out through your nose. And add a slight constriction to the back of your throat, coming to your Ujjayi breath. That oceanic sound. And let your breath be your guide today as you move in and out of poses. Let it become your stability as you hold poses. Keeping your eyes closed. Bend your head forward, bringing your chin closer to your chest. Let your head rest here, feeling the stretch in the back of your neck. And bring it over to the side, bringing your right ear closer to your right shoulder. Bring your chin back to chest, and then over to the left, bringing your left ear closer to your left shoulder. Back to your chest, and then to the right. Back to your chest, and to the left. Back to your chest. Lift your head up. Slowly open your eyes. Blink them open. Reach your hands out in front of you. Bend your wrists so your palms are facing forward and your fingertips are up. And stretch through your wrists here, pressing your wrists forward. Bend your hands the other way so your palms are facing you, your fingertips are down. Continue to stretch your wrists forward. Rotate your wrists out 3 times. And then in 3 times. Bring your hands back to your knees. And find your back on your mat. So come all the way down to lying on your back. Hug your knees into your chest. And let them fall straight on your mat. Bend your right knee into your chest. Hug it in and place, keeping your knee bent, place the sole of your foot on the mat so it's just behind your boots. Bring your left knee in, rotate your knee out, and place your ankle on your thigh of your right leg just above the knee. Flex your left foot, hug your right knee in, thread your left hand through the hole that you've created in your legs and grab around your right shin, interlace your fingers. This is going to be a little bit hard for me just because of my mic, but try to look toward your belly button to keep your spine straight on the mat. Inhale and exhale, hug your right knee in a little bit closer to your body. Press your left elbow into your left thigh to help keep that left knee rotated out. And each time you exhale, pull your right knee in a little bit closer. Release your left leg all the way to the mat, straightening that knee out. Pull your right knee in a little bit closer to your chest and then out to the side so you're working it more in toward your armpit. If you want a little extra tension here, wrap your right arm around your right shin and then clasp your elbows. Continue to look toward your belly button. Mine might look a little funny. It's a little bit more difficult with this mic on my back. Grab the inside of your foot with your right hand and pull your foot up over your knee. So you've got your knee or your ankle over your knee for half happy baby. Work on pulling your knee down toward the mat, but also in toward your side. Keep your right foot flexed. And release your foot all the way to the mat. Hug your left knee in. And keep your knee bent as you place your foot on the mat so your foot is just behind your glutes. Pull your right knee in, rotate your knee out, and place your right ankle on your thigh just above your knee of your left side. Hug your left knee into you and thread your right hand through the hole that you created. Grab around your right or your left calf with both hands and interlace your fingers. Keep your right foot flexed as you inhale and exhale. Pull your left knee in a little bit closer to your body. Use your right elbow to press it into your right thigh to keep that right knee rotated. Continue to inhale and exhale. Pull your knee a little bit closer and look toward your belly button. Keep your spine straight on the mat. Let your right leg fall to the mat. Straighten out that knee. Continue to hug your left knee into your body and then pull it out to the side, pulling it in closer to your armpit. If you want a little extra tension here, wrap your left forearm around your left knee and grab opposite elbows. Grab the inside of your left foot, pull your foot up over your left knee, coming to half happy baby. Continuing to pull that knee in closer to your body as you pull it closer to your mat. And release your left foot all the way to the mat. Hugging both knees into your chest. Grab around the back of your thighs. Rock and roll 3 times. And on the 3rd time, come all the way up onto your feet with your hands at the top of the mat and slowly raise your hips. Bend your knees slightly here so that your belly touches your thighs. And let yourself hang out here in ragdoll. Let your feet come a little bit wider, about as wide as your hips. Maybe grab opposite elbows. Let yourself hang here. Let your head become heavy. Sway back and forth. Shake your head yes and no. Bring your hands down to the mat. Straighten your hips. Come to a flat back. And fold. Inhale all the way up with a flat back, bringing your hands up overhead. Exhale your hands to your heart center. Heel toe your feet back together. And your hands down by your sides in mountain pose. Inhale your hands up overhead. Bring your palms together and interlace your thumbs or cross your thumbs. Inhale your chest up, stretch that spine, bring your shoulders down away from your ears, and exhale to the left, bending to the left. Root through your feet here and keep your thighs together. Work to keep your hips and your shoulders square to the front of the mat, chin away from your chest. Inhale, stretch more through the spine, and exhale, bend a little deeper into the stretch. Inhale brings you back up to center. Cross your thumbs the other way. Keep your elbows straight here. Inhale and exhale to the left. Press your feet into the mat, rooting your feet here. Work on getting those hips squared to the front of the mat. Bring your left shoulder under a little bit more to keep it squared to the mat as well. Chin away from your chest. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Bend a little deeper. Inhale brings you all the way back up. Bring your hands to the small of your back. Your elbows out in back of you. Roll your shoulders back away from your ears. Inhale. Stretch that spine and exhale. Start to bend backward as you keep your hips forward. If it's okay on your neck, let your head bend back so you look toward the back of the wall. And if you're ready, you can bring your hands down past your glutes to your thighs and continue to bend into this. Work on getting your chest up and bend backwards. Inhale brings you back up. Inhale all the way up, your hands up to the sky, and exhale, forward fold. Let your body hang out here for a second. Inhale back to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your hands across your mat. As you bend your knees, bring your chest up into chair pose. Here in chair pose, look down at your feet. Make sure you can see your toes past your knees. If not, bring your hips back a little bit more. Bend a little deeper into your chair. Keep your chest up, shoulders down away from your ears. Inhale. Exhale, bring your hands down to your heart center in prayer. Inhale again. And exhale, twist to the right, bringing your left elbow on the outside of your right knee. As you twist through the waist, work to get your chest up so your hands come to the center of your heart center, or your chest. Look down at your knees. If your left knee is poking out in front of your right knee, then bring your left hip back and your right hip forward. Bend a little deeper into your chair. Look up. Inhale brings you back to chair. Inhale. And exhale your hands down to your heart center. Inhale again. Exhale, twist to the left, bringing your right elbow on the outside of your right knee. Twist through the waist. Bring your belly in toward your spine and work to get your chest up so your hands come to the center of your chest. Look down at your knees. If your right knee is poking out in front of your left, bring your right hip back and your left hip forward. Sit a little deeper into the chair. Inhale brings you back to chair. And all the way up to standing. Inhale. Exhale your right arm under your left. So you're crossing at the upper arms. You can stay here and place your hands on your shoulders, or you can work farther into that twist by twisting again at the wrists and working your palms to touch. Inhale again. Exhale, sit into your chair. Start to bring your weight to your left. Go as you lift your right up and over your left. So you're crossing here at the thighs. You can stay here. You can use your foot as a kickstand. If you're working on your balance a little bit more, you can lift it to really work into that balance. Or if you're ready, you can wrap your right foot around your left calf. Sit a little deeper into the chair, lift your chest. Work on getting your elbow and your knees in one alignment. And inhale your elbows up and out away from your chest. And release, inhale your arms up overhead. And exhale your left arm underneath your right. So you're crossing again at the upper arms with your left arm underneath. Stay here and place your hands on your shoulders or cross your hands or cross again at the wrist, bringing your palms close together. Inhale. Exhale, sit into your chair. Bring your weight to your right foot as you lift your left up and over your right leg. And stay here and use your foot as a kickstand. Lift it to work a little bit more on that, on your balance, or wrap your left foot around your right calf. Keep your belly up away from your thighs. Sit a little deeper. Chest is up. Work to get your hands in front of your face. Inhale your elbows up and out away from your body. And release. Inhale your arms up overhead. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale to flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale, downward dog. This is our first downward dog. Let's make sure it's set up correctly or in a good way to help you get the most benefits out of this pose. Look forward at your hands. Make sure your fingers are spread wide and your index fingers are pointed toward the front of the mat. Rotate elbows in and up. Avoid hyperextending your elbows. Shoulders down away from your ears. Broaden through your shoulder blades. Look at your knees. Bend your knees. Press your hips up toward the ceiling and then press your heels back down. Bend your knees slightly to avoid hyperextension. Really work on pressing those hips up. That'll help you with that straight spine. Inhale your right leg up to three-legged dog. Exhale, swing your right foot through in between your hands. Stay up on your back toes. Continue to bend into your front knee. Inhale your arms up to crescent lunge. Here in crescent lunge, work on getting that heel up over your toes in the back. Rotate your hips so they're more forward. Scissor your legs, pressing them in, your thighs in toward each other. Belly's up away from your thigh. Chest is up and strong. Shoulders down away from your ears. Continue to breathe into this. Bring your hands down by your sides with your palms facing forward. Lean forward into runner's pose. Here in runner's pose, the tendency might be to come so far down that you rest your belly on your thigh. You're not coming quite that far down. You're thinking about a straight line from your head to your back foot. Continuing to bend into that front knee. Inhale your arms back up overhead. Exhale your hands down to your heart center. Inhale again. And exhale, twist to the right, bringing that left elbow on the outside of your right knee. And working again to twist through the waist, bringing that chest up so your hands come to the heart center. Look up. Inhale back up to crescent lunge. And turn your body so you're facing the side of your mat. Turn your toes so you're facing the corners. Bend your knees, come into goddess squat. Work on bringing these knees out. So opening up those hips. Straighten your legs. Rotate your toes so they're facing the sides of the mat. Bring your arms out straight so they're parallel to your mat. And hinge at the waist. Come forward and bring your arms underneath your shoulders. Work on activating your glutes and your thighs here. Really activating those muscles. Grab your big toes with your peace fingers. Inhale to that flat back. Exhale, fold. Working on coming down with that straight spine. Once it starts to round, come up a little bit more. Inhale and exhale, fold a little deeper. Really thinking about hinging at your hips. Shoulders away from your ears, elbows out to the sides. If you're farther away from your mat, bring your toes in closer or wider. Widen your feet. And if you're closer to the mat, you can bring your toes a little bit closer. And release. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders and then to your hips. Slowly come up with that flat back. Rotate your left foot so it's facing the front of that. Bend into that knee and come up on your toes on the right side. Inhale your hands up overhead, coming into crescent lunge at the back of your mat on the left side. Continue to make sure that this knee on the front side, this left knee is stacked over your ankle. Shoulders away from your ears. Arms are strong here. So you can feel the muscles working in your arms. Inhale. Exhale, bring your hands down to your sides, so your palms face forward. Lean forward, coming into runner's lunge. Inhale your arms back up to crescent lunge. Exhale your hands down to your heart center in prayer. Inhale again. And exhale, twist to the left, bringing that right elbow on the outside of your left knee. Bring your belly away from your thigh as you start to twist more toward the left, working that chest up so your hands come to your heart center, shoulders away from your ears. Look up. Inhale back up to crescent. And exhale, hands down to the mat. Priming your left foot, step back to plank. Lower to chaturanga, upward dog, and downward dog. Little tip here, as you're working on your downward dog, each time you come into downward dog, if you bend your knees slightly, press the hips up, and then work your heels back to the mat. That'll help you think about keeping those hips up and help straighten your spine. Look forward at your hands. Walk your feet all the way to your hands. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up with your hands up overhead. And exhale your hands down to your heart center, to your side in mountain pose. Step your right foot back. Turn all the way around and step your right foot back into place next to your left. So you're at the back of the mat now, facing the front. Inhale your arms up overhead. And exhale, step your right foot forward and hinge at the waist as you bring your left up. Flex your left toes as you bring your torso down and your left leg up. Work into this T shape. Think about stretching your torso and your head in one direction and your left foot in the other direction. Bring your left hip down so it's more square to your mat. And then start to come a little bit farther down as you lift your left up, as you bring your hands all the way to the mat. Bring your hands about a foot in front of your right foot. And walk them in a little bit closer. Point your left toes and work on coming into your half splits. So inhale and exhale. Bring your chest in a little bit closer to your right calf. And slowly bring your left foot all the way down to the mat, setting it beside your right foot. Inhale to flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up. And exhale your hands to your heart center. Start to bring your weight to your right foot as you lift your left, coming into staff first. You grab your big toe with your peace fingers. Continuing to stay up straight. Straighten your left knee. Keep your left toes flexed. If your leg is straight here, swing your leg out to the side as your right hand comes out to the other side. Forefinger and thumb press together in the mudra. If it's not quite straight, bend your knee again. Grab the inside of your knee. Pull that out to the side. Slowly bring it back in. Bend that knee if it's straight. Coming back to staff. Rotate the knee out. Place your foot, the sole of your foot, on your upper thigh, your inner calf, or use it as a kickstand. Today I'll show you from calf. As you continue to keep that knee rotated out, let your body come up straight. Avoid placing that foot on your knee or your ankle. Bring your hands to your heart center in prayer. Inhale your hands up overhead and then out, throwing out your branches. Bring them back in. And place your left foot on the mat beside your right. Inhale your hands up overhead again. And exhale as you step your left foot forward. Start to bend at the hips, at the waist, bringing your right leg up and your torso down. Keep your right foot flexed here. And think about coming into that T shape. Bring your right hip down a little bit more. It's more parallel to the mat, but your foot stays up. Stretch it out in back of you as you stretch your torso and your hands the other way. And slowly bring your hands down to the mat. Walk them in a little bit closer to your left foot. Point your right toes. Inhale, that straight spine, and exhale, pull your chest in a little bit closer to your left calf as you lift that right leg up into your standing splits, stretching it away from you, and slowly bring it all the way down to the mat. Set it beside your left. Inhale to flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up, hands overhead, and exhale your hands down to your heart center. Start to bring your weight to your left foot as you lift your right up into staff. Bend down, grab your big toes with your peace fingers, and straighten your right knee. Straightening that leg. If your leg is straight, swing it out to the side, and bring your left out to the other side, forefinger and thumb pressed together in the mudra. If your knee is not quite straight, bend your knee and pull your knee out to the side from the inside. Bring it back to center. If your leg is straight, bend your knee. Rotate your knee out and place the sole of your foot on the inside of your left thigh, on your calf, or use it as a kickstand. Do whatever you did on the other side. Even if this side's a little bit more wobbly, that's okay. If you fall out, just come right back in. I'm going to do my calf since I did that on the other side. Keep that knee out, opening up those hips. Bring your hands to your heart center in prayer. Continue to breathe here, your Ujjayi breath. Inhale your hands up overhead. And exhale out, grow your branches. Bring your hands back in to your heart center and place your right foot on the mat beside your left. Inhale your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Place your hands at the top of the mat. Inhale back to flat back. Exhale, fold. Step back to plank. Forward to chaturanga. Upward dog. And downward dog. Inhale your right leg up to three-legged dog. Exhale, swing your foot through in between your hands. Keep bending into that front knee and turn your left foot so it's at 90 degrees and the sole of the foot is on the mat. Windmill your arms up, first bringing up your left arm and then your right coming into warrior two. So warrior two, look down at your feet. Making sure you have a straight line from heel to heel. And that means that you're thinking about this outside edge of your foot is in the same alignment with the back heel. Bend into that front knee. Bring the weight on the left leg to the blade edge, that outside blade edge of your foot. Bring your belly up away from your front thigh, shoulders down. Arms are strong here, so your arms are activated. You can feel the muscles working in your arms to help keep them parallel to your mat. Rotate your hands, so you're facing the side of the mat. Lean forward and rotate your arms, placing your right elbow on the inside of your right knee. Reaching your right hand down to the mat as you reach your left up. You can also bend your right elbow and place your forearm on top of your thigh. Look up at your left hand. And bring your right hand all the way down to the mat on the inside of your right foot as you bring your left arm up overhead, thinking about a straight line from your fingertips all the way to that back foot. Look up past your your armpit. Bring your right hand down to the mat. Heel toe your right foot to the edge of the mat. Bring your left foot and knee down to the mat. Separate your hands so they're about shoulder width apart, and let your body feel this stretch here in dragon. So look about 3 feet in front of you. Rotate your right foot about 45 degrees. Place your right hand on the inside of your right knee and press it out slightly, coming to the blade edge of that right foot. You look over your right shoulder. Round that foot. Pull your left foot in toward your glutes. You can stay here working on pulling that in with just your muscles, or you can twist to the right. Grab your foot with your left hand and pull it in closer to your glutes. Feeling that stretch. Release. Heel toe your right foot to the center of the mat. Straighten your right knee as you bring your hips up over your left knee. Coming into your half splits, flex your right toes. Inhale, toe flat back, exhale, fold. Bend into your right knee. Place your hands on the inside of your left foot, or right foot. Place your hands on the inside of your right foot. Tuck your left toes, lift your knee, and turn your body so you're facing the side of your mat. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Walking your hands in between your feet, lifting those hips up. If you want, you can grab onto your big toes with your peace fingers and use those to pull you in a little bit deeper. Continue to keep that straight spine here, shoulders down away from your ears. Inhale, brings your hands back under your shoulders, coming to that flat back. Walk your hands to the back of the mat as you turn your left toes out. Your left toes toward the back of the mat. Bend into your left foot. Rotate your right foot so it's at that 90 degrees and your toes are still facing the side of the mat. Windmill your arms up, first bringing up your right arm, followed by your left, coming into warrior two at the back of the mat. Continue to bring that weight into the blade edge of your right foot. Bend into this left knee and really open up the hips. So your hips are facing more toward the side here, really opening up. And your left knee is rotated out, but keeping that knee stacked over the ankle. Bring your belly up away from your thigh. Arms are strong here. Look forward at your front middle finger. Rotate your palms so they're facing the side of the mat. Lean forward and rotate your arms, placing your left elbow on the inside of your left knee. Reach your right arm up toward the ceiling. You can also bend your left elbow and place your forearm on top of your thigh. Place your left hand on the mat. Bring your right arm up over your head, coming into an extended side pose. Working on getting that straight line from your fingertips to your back foot. Look up past your armpit. And release your hand down to the mat. Heel toe your left foot to the edge of the mat. Place your right knee on the mat and widen your hands so they're underneath your shoulders. Look forward about 3 feet in front of you and feel this nice stretch in your inner thighs and dragon. Rotate your left foot 45 degrees. Place your left hand on the inside of your left knee and press it out slightly, coming to the blade edge of your left foot. Look over your left shoulder. Round your left foot. Pull your right foot in toward your glutes. You can stay here or you can take the twist over the left side. Grab your foot with your left hand and pull your foot in closer to your body. Look over your left shoulder toward that back wall. Release your foot. Heel toe your left foot to the center of the mat. Bring your hips up over your right knee as you straighten your left knee and flex your left toes. Inhale to flat back, exhale, fold. Release, bring your body back up. Bend into your left knee. Place your hands at the top of the mat. Tuck your right toes, step back to plank. Lower chaturanga, upward dog, and downward dog. Walk your hands to your feet. So you're at the front of the mat, but facing the back. Inhale to flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up. Hands overhead, and exhale your hands down to your heart center. And then to your sides in prayer. Heel toe your toes back together. Bring your right arm out in front of you as if you're holding a serving tray. Swing it over to the side. Straighten your elbow. Keep your palm face out. Bring your weight to your left foot as you lift your right. Grab the inside ankle of your right foot to all 5 fingers on the same side. Bring your knees back together. Inhale your left arm up overhead with your palm facing forward. We'll do this in stages, so listen carefully. First, kick into your right hand. So you feel that tension between your hand and your foot. Hand is pulling one way, foot is pulling the other. And then start to hinge at the waist as you bring your torso down. Come as far as you feel you can hold it. You can stay here. If you'd like to go a little bit farther, start to straighten that right knee, working to bring your foot up overhead. And slowly come up. And place your foot on the mat beside your left. Bring your hands to your heart center in prayer. Inhale your hands up overhead. And exhale, step your right foot forward as you bring your hands out to the side. Lift your left leg up, coming into airplane. You can stay here or work on getting that foot up overhead. And as you do, bring your hands down by your sides. Slowly come all the way up. Step your right foot or left foot in front of your left or right. Stepping it a little bit more forward, bring your hands up over your head. And then to the sides as you bring your torso down. Bring your left or right leg up. Coming into airplane on the other side. And point those toes. Bring your hands down by your sides if you're ready for this next part. And work to get that foot up overhead. Slowly come out. Place your right foot on the mat beside your left. Bring your left hand out in front of you. Elbow bent as if you're holding a serving tray. Swing it out to the side. Straighten your elbow with your palm still facing away from your body. Start to bring your weight to your right foot as you lift your left. Grab the inside of your ankle with all 5 fingers on the same side. Bring your knees back together. Inhale your right arm up overhead with your palm facing forward. Keep that arm straight here and keep it in line with your head. As you kick into your right foot, creating that tension between your hand and your foot, stay here. And now start to come down, bringing your body down with your arm. And stay here, go as far as you can. Hold it. If you want to go a little bit farther, start to straighten that left knee up overhead. And slowly come up. Place your left on the mat beside you. Bring your hands to your heart center. Inhale your arms up overhead. Exhale, swan dive all the way forward. Inhale to a flat back. exhale, fold. Inhale down to plank, or step back to plank. And exhale, slowly come down in chaturanga arms all the way to your belly. Place your left ear on the mat. Look toward the right. Let your toes come together and your heels fall wide. Arms down by your sides with your palms face up. The belly shavasana. Bring your chin to the mat. Place your hands underneath your shoulders. The tops of the mat press in, or the tops of your feet press into the mat. Shoulders up, close to your sides, so your elbows are up, so they're pointing toward the ceiling. They're close to your sides. Inhale, exhale, coming back to that Ujjayi breath. Inhale brings your chest up. Working your chest up more through your core muscles here. So there's very little weight in your hands. If it's available to you, you can start to hover your hands above the mat. Slowly come all the way down. Place your right ear on the mat, look toward the left, bring your hands down your sides. Back to this belly shavasana. Bring your chin back to the mat. Place your hands. I'm going to roll onto my side so you can see what I'm doing. Bring your hands underneath your body with your palms face down, so your palms are touching the mat. And your fingers are close together. Elbows are straight here. Chin touching the mat. Press your right palm into the mat as you lift your left leg up. And slowly lower all the way down to the mat. Do the same on the left. Press your left palm into the mat as you lift your left leg up, keeping the toes pointed here. And slowly lower all the way down to the mat. Here you can change, for this next part, you can change your hands. You can keep them where they are, or you can fist them at your sides. So you look like this. Do whichever is more comfortable for you. Fine. I like it better with my palms on the mat. Bring your lips to the mat. So kiss the mat. Bring your shoulders underneath you. Inhale. And exhale, press your palms into the mat as you lift your legs up. And hold. Slowly lower all the way down to the mat. Bring your hands out from underneath you. Open and close your fists. Place your left ear on the mat, looking toward the right. Bring your arms out to your sides. Straighten them if you have room. If you don't have a lot of room, you can cactus your arms. Bring your chin back to the mat. The tops of your toes pressed into the mat. Inhale your chest up with your arms floating with your chest. Inhale your legs up. Bring your hands down by your sides. Then over your back. Interlace your fingers, press your palms together, and reach your hands away from you, working to get your chest up a little bit more. Continue to lift your legs and slowly lower all the way back down to your mat. Rest your right ear on the mat, looking toward the left. Bring your chin back to the mat. Bend your knees, bringing your Glutes in closer to your body, or your feet in closer to your body. Grab onto your feet from the outside with your pinkies just underneath your toe knuckles. Continue to keep your toes pointed here as you inhale your chest up and kick your legs back. Coming into, or working into this teardrop shape. As you inhale, continue to kick up. And slowly lower all the way down to the mat. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, press your palms into the mat, lift your chest up, and come back into child's pose. Walk your hands back as you lift your chest up. Come to the middle of your mat. Come to your knees. Bring your hips up over your knees. Push your hands behind your hips. And today, we're going to do a little bit different. We usually don't go into this other way of doing camel, but we're going to have you tuck your toes here so that if you're able to, you can work on touching your hands to your heels as you come back into this back bend. That way your heels are a little bit closer to you. You can start to feel what that camel feels like. So inhale your chest up, and exhale, start to come into this back bend with your hands behind your back. If it's available to you, if it's comfortable on your neck, you can bend your head back. Start to come back, keeping your hips forward. And if you're able to, you can reach down and grab your heels with your thumbs on the outside and your fingers on the inside. Continue to let your heart shine up as you press your hips forward. And slowly release. First, bringing your hands to the small of your back and slowly coming all the way up. Untuck your toes. Sit back on your heels. Untuck your feet from underneath you and bring them out in front of you. Let them fall wide a little bit to get into this next pose. Bring your right knee or right foot in close to you and set your foot on the mat so that your shin is parallel to the, well, we're at the back of the mat, so it's parallel to the back of the mat. Flex your toes and bring your left in close to you and set your left shin on top of your right. And here we want to have our joints stacked, so ankle over knee, knee over ankle. Flex both feet to protect your joints. If this is not quite available to you, you can fold your legs. And you'll get some good hip opening stretch there as well. If your knee is floating up a little bit, as you come into this, it will start to come down. So no worries, mine's floating a little bit. Bring your hands down to your sides and inhale your chest up. Exhale, fold forward and start to walk your hands forward as you come forward with that straight spine. Come down as far as you can with the straight spine and then fall into it, letting your body rest here. Start to come out by walking your hands in close to your body. Straighten both legs out again. Let them fall a little bit wide. Then bend your left knee into your body as you rotate that knee out and place your shin on the mat. Do the same with the left, placing your right shin on top of your left. Again, we want knee over ankle, ankle over knee. And again, if this is not quite available to you, go ahead and fold your legs. Bring your hands down by your sides. Inhale your chest up. And exhale, start to fold forward as you walk your hands forward, coming down with that straight spine. Come as far as you can with that straight spine, and then fold into it. Just walk your hands into your mat or into your body, bringing your chest up. Put your feet, your legs. I don't know why it wasn't coming out of my mouth very well. Bring your legs out in front of you straight. Flex your toes. Inhale your arms up overhead. And exhale, fold forward, hinging at the waist here. So you want to think about your hips hinging forward as you come down. Grab the outsides of your feet or your big toes with your peace fingers. Keep your toes flexed here. Inhale again to that straight spine and exhale, fold a little deeper. You continue to do that as you come down. Inhale, straighten, exhale, fold. Inhale, straighten, exhale, fold. And release. Bring your hands behind you. So your fingers are pointing toward your glutes. Point your toes. Press your palms into the mat as you lift your hips up into reverse plank. Work on getting the soles of your feet to the mat if they're not quite touching. Bend your knees and come into reverse tabletop. Press your hips up. And slowly lower your hips all the way down to the mat. Straighten your legs if they're bent. And lower your back all the way to the mat. Hug your knees into your chest. And keeping your knees bent, place the soles of your feet on the mat just behind your glutes. Bring your hands down by your sides, your palms touching the mat. Make sure you can tickle your heels with your fingers to make sure your feet are in close enough. Press your palms into the mat and lift your hips up, coming into bridge. And slowly lower all the way down. If you want to do wheel, we'll first go into bridge and then follow me and listen carefully. Press your palms into the mat, lift your hips up into bridge. If you want to stay in bridge, bring your hands underneath your glutes, interlace your fingers, press your palms together and press your wrists into the mat. Continue to press your hips up. If you want to follow me into wheel, lower your hips all the way down to the mat. Place your hands by your ears with your fingers pointing toward your shoulders. Press your palms into the mat, lift up into wheel. Work on getting those knees in close together so they're not swaying out. And slowly lower all the way down to the mat. Head touches the mat first. Everyone, both in bridge and in wheel, come down. Hug your knees into your chest. Place your feet back on the mat. Windshield wiper your knees each direction 3 times. And straighten your legs. Bring your right knee in toward your chest. Grab your big toe with your peace finger. Straighten your knee. Inhale your chest up. Reach your left arm forward. And exhale all the way back down to the mat, bringing your right foot a little bit closer to you. Swing it out to the side. Working to get your foot in closer to your face down to the floor. And slowly bring it back up overhead. Let go of your toe and set your foot down by your left. Bring your left knee in close to your body. Grab your big toe with your peace finger. Straighten the knee. Inhale your chest up. Reach your right arm forward. And exhale, bring your back all the way down. Bring that left foot closer to your body as you come down. Swing your foot out to the side and work on getting it closer to your face and closer to the floor. I've got a Barbie house and a Barbie Jeep at my waist, so this is about as far down as I can go on this side. Then bring it back to center. Straighten that leg or let it fall down. Bring both knees into your chest and set the heels of your feet on the mat just for a second here as we work into this next pose. Bring your right leg up over your left. We're going into eagle legs here. And this time you can use your feet to help, or your hands to help get you into the full twist. So bring your left knee in closer to your body and work your hands to help you get your right foot wrapped around the back of your left calf. Grab the outside of your right leg and bring it out to, or twist it over to the left as you bring your head or twist your head to the right. Continue to keep that right shoulder on the mat. Straighten your right arm. Into that twist. And slowly bring your legs back to center. Unwind your legs. Place the soles of your feet on the mat. And lift your left leg up over your right and use your hands to help you get that bind with your left hand behind your right shin or right calf. Grab your left knee with your right hand and bring it over to the right side. As you turn your head to the left and straighten that left arm out in front of you, continue to keep that left shoulder on the mat as you come into this twist. Slowly come back to center. Unwind your legs. Place your feet, or straighten out your knees and let your feet fall open at the edges of your mat. Bring your hands down by your sides of your palms, face up. Relax your shoulders here. Make any adjustments that you need to so you can have a comfortable shavasana. Let the tongue rest from the roof of your mouth. Come back to your normal breathing. Start to wiggle your fingers, your toes, your ankles, and your wrists. Start to bring more movement into your limbs. Move on to your side. Come into a fetal position. Whichever hand is farthest away from the floor, press it into the mat and lift yourself up into a comfortable seated position to continue to keep your eyes closed. Bring your hand to your heart center in prayer. Before we close out, let's do some squared breathing. So inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Take a deep breath. Sigh it out. Thank yourself for this practice today. Thank yourself for your breath. Thank yourself for your movement. Thank yourself for the progress that you make each time you do yoga. I thank you for joining me. The light in me honors, respects, and loves the light in you. Namaste. How was it? Good. Awesome. Yeah, I feel good too. That was a good full body flow. I sweat a little bit. I like to sweat when I do yoga. It feels really good. Awesome. We didn't go too much over today, but Friday we are doing, I can't remember what we're doing on Friday. Let's see. Friday is Dragon to Warrior Flow. This is a good one. I really like this one. It's probably one of my favorites. That's why we do it so much. Yeah, I hope you have a great rest of your Wednesday since it's the end of yours. And I will see you Friday. Oh, have you ever thought about doing half camel as a way to work into full camel? Yeah, we could do that. We could work on that. Maybe we could do camel as like our challenge next month. I think back bends are always a really good one, so we can work on that a little bit more. I like that. That's a good suggestion. Cool. I will see you Friday. Have a good rest of your week.